Hello and welcome to this Sagittarius inspired reading for July 2025. I work with the symbolism of the tarot and the symbolism of Western astrology to uncover new layers of consciousness, find new perspectives, and maybe gain a little inspiration. I am not a fortune teller. I merely work with the cards as a tool of self-reflection, a creative tool, and I tap into the story, the symbolism, the energies of the cards, and I have a conversation with them. So let's see. This is, it's so funny, this intro. Like, I'm trying to have a intro that is kind of always the same, but then I'm like, I don't know, it seems too polished to me. But oh, that is Sagittarius saying, like, stop talking about yourself, bitch. I'm already here and I'm flying out and I'm like present. So shut up. Oh, that's beautiful. The Prince of Wands, of course, a fiery prince, and he is having a lot of energy. You saw how this flipped out of the deck. That was a 1 in a million, and he's ready to go. Obviously, it's fire and air, so he is very fast, very creative. When you look close, and I want to show this to you because I find this very, very fascinating in this card. When you look underneath his chariot, you see that there is a green shadow or a green ground or light that he's driving on, and this is representing also his heart chakra. So he's really coming from the heart. He's also naked, by the way, and there is a Leo pulling his chariot, which is all kind of crazy to me, but yeah, that is Sagittarius or fire signs really having an idea and going after it. So this is a very, very animated, activated, and very motivated card to move forward and to really go after their ideas. I say ideas because it is fire and air, and that's also mind inspired. It's mind and fire coming together and really moving forward to make things happen. This is making things happen. This is being on the go. It could be somebody who is also just working for the lust of working. I remember that right now pops into the mind. It's a description of Aleister Crowley himself, without the lust for result. Just doing things for the fun of it. Why not? And it's a very creative card, and it's obviously a card of self-expression. He's very present, very there, and it's mainly a Leo card, but you can connect it to all the other fire signs. So yeah, explosion of movement. Now we need to be careful, which is also a Sagittarius thing, that we don't go overboard. I want to say partying, drugs, drinking, all that comes into the 7 of Cups. And also, let's not really judge it for good or bad. This could be the result of going overboard, feeling a little delirious, or everything feels like a dream or like a rush or like a high. We could feel very high from the rush. It's like an adrenaline high that is coming through for me. But the Venus in Scorpio, it pulls you down into the depths and also the morass and the kind of uncomfortable and nasty things of your emotional life, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Just saying that, when we often go with full speed, we can get dragged down by some emotions that we didn't see coming. At the same time, the 7 of Cups can help us figuring out our boundaries and personal comfort spaces, and our spaces where I feel like we go overboard or we get stuck or we get dragged down. It kind of, for me, I have this picture of this prince going full on into, he's just like full speed, and then all of a sudden maybe he gets stuck in the mud. And the Seven of Cups would represent that mud, quite literally, where we cannot really work ourselves out that easily, and which would be the next, interestingly enough, card, the Eight of Cups, that is called. That is exactly about that. You know, it's okay. Sometimes we just don't see it coming, the mud, and then we're in it. Well, let's see how we maybe can get out of it. See, perfect. The Emperor. The Emperor has been there many, many times. And with the Queen of Swords, he has Lady Macbeth in his back, which is not, could be a little dangerous. But it's, the Emperor is like, you know, having control over the situation. Don't worry. There's nothing to worry about because he knows how to handle this muddy situation. And by the end of this period, maybe we are even, you know, maybe you're even that evolved and grown. And I think a lot of Sagittarius people are, that we jump in the mud time and time again because we know exactly how to pull ourselves out of it. And I'm thinking about Iggy Pop, the great punk rock singer. And Iggy Pop, I saw a recent snippet somewhere on social media where he's giving an interview where he went to therapy at one point, and the therapist told him, like, you have a great, I don't know how to say it in English. There is a specific term for that, and maybe people want to put it in the comments if they can see it, but he has a tremendous ability to pull himself out of situations, like from addictions, or, I mean, as far as I know, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he was on heroin in like Berlin with David Bowie and all these crazy things he did, you know. And now he's 80 and has like this very boring life, he says himself. But he was told that he's very good at pulling himself out of this mud, you know, out of this really intense emotional situations where you're kind of like on the brink to, you know, falling, but he could like pull himself back. And that is kind of what we're doing here, I feel like even dipping our toes in, or even putting our whole foot in, or even getting stuck with both feet. But there's this Emperor within us, this authority that can get the structure back, that can get the order back. And we can do this with a very clear mind as well, and with assessing from a very analytical standpoint. This is so fascinating. The readings, I love the readings that are going on for July. Very, very flowy. So let's see what this means for relationships. Ooh, and as I said that, I'm tapped in, you guys. As I say that, the Justice card is coming out. And underneath, the Ten of Cups. Huh. Wow. The Seven of Cups here could also be like, you know, we have rose-colored glasses, or we're in a little bit of a high when it comes to romantic connections. But let's see. Ten of Pentacles. Ooh. Maybe you met somebody, and it doesn't have to be romantic, of course, that just hits every spot, checkpot, or they think that about you, and it's kind of impressive. Three of Cups. Oh, this could be a friend, and it feels very light and fun. And you know, in general, I don't even want to just read this romantic. It could be that we are now really enjoying our social connections because we see there's so much worth in them, and we really enjoy the people who know how to share, who know how to create something beautiful with their surroundings. That's all the Ten of Pentacles, you know, and feel wealthy and worthy and abundant. This card is literally called wealth. Maybe you're just hanging out with rich people. Who knows? Sagittarius do all crazy things. But yeah, it's like, not that it's so crazy to hang out with rich people. I'm just saying it might be new, you know, or people who established wealth for themselves in whatever form and whatever that means for every individual. And this feels good. Obviously, this feels amazing. Just be careful with the substances. with these rich people. I know one or two who like to dip the nose into the snow. So I'm not having my channel for underage people, so I hope this is okay to talk about it. I'm not sure where YouTube stands when you don't have your channel open for underage people. Anyway, oh, the tower, oh, boom, okay. Well, this is the big crash. I think that we need to kind of work ourselves through. This is the surprise stuck in the mud. I think this is not so much a crash. It's more like, as we saw, this reading is crazy. Prince of Wands coming out of this deck, flying out into the, like, let's go, you know, and then we're like, oopsie, there is like this morass that I'm stuck in right now. And then having the Emperor save us, our own emperor within ourselves. But this could also in relationships like be, you know, I feel like it could even be leveling up, but at the same time, because we have pleasure and defeat, it means that we have to also let go of some parts of ourselves that don't work anymore, because this is on the bottom of the decks for relationships, and that's more for ourselves. I don't think there's necessarily conflict with another person or with a group of people or with the people that are surrounding us right now. We're just like, oh, if I want to have these people who know their worth, who know how to build something of substance and value, and who know how to share, then I might, you know, also cut off some parts within myself that kind of stand in my own way. And that might be those parts that always bring us back into this morassy, weird moment. And the Queen of Swords, she's the cutter offer. So she's exactly doing that. Wow, this reading, it's so fast, it's so quick, it's so swift. I don't know what to do with all the information, and it's just flying around. But yeah, it is what it is. So one or two more cards for mainly this relationship thing. I just heard this song, Get Into the Groove, and I was thinking maybe I'm just getting into the groove of readings again, because sometimes it takes a couple of readings, but it's always the Sagittarius reading, and yeah, it's just the energy. It's different. It's just programmed within me. Drama, baby. Oh my God, drama is here. Well, let's keep this light, you know, because we don't have these really intense major arcana here. Well, we have a tower, which is kind of intense, but we also have an emperor. So the whole point of the tower is that you are breaking down a situation only as far as it needs to be broken down, and the foundation of the tower is still standing. I mean, it's even more than the foundation. It's just the tip of the tower is brought down, as you can see. Yeah, it's burning, and then some people will come and, you know, hopefully put the fire out. But it is not that the whole tower is like gone. It's just like testing our ideas and also our illusions, which would be this card, that don't work, you know, and testing our foundation. And the foundation would be the Emperor, who is holding everything together. So it could be a little dramatic, you guys, I'm not gonna lie. Versatility, I love that. Sun in Gemini, yeah, it's a learning moment. It's a big learning moment, Gemini. To keep us on our, not toes obviously here, but fingertips. We might learn to do things completely differently. We might learn how to do things, you know, in a way that is completely out of the norm. We might learn how to handle a situation from a completely different angle and gain some completely different strength here. I love it with this versatility, how this is illustrated. It's really unconventional, but so strong and so weird and still so skilled, you know, walking on your hands here. I think he's walking, or she. I think it's even on a sheet. Yeah, holding on to these, that's a really nice card. I will show you a little longer because I just think it's a really cool picture. So yeah, take that in. Wow. Wow, dear Sagittarius, what a movie moment. I hope that you have an exciting, and I'm sure you will have an exciting month, and please check out the description box, like, subscribe, comment, and check out all the things I'm doing with my life. I am also an artist and a musician, and if you're into that kind of stuff, then you can go to my website, and also for personal readings, donations, blah blah. You find everything in the description box, and I really ask people to check it out because, you know, we need your support, all of us here on YouTube. So thank you so much for being here, and I'll talk to you next time. Goodbye.